So in this video, we're going to continue talking about vertical motion, but now we're going to talk about a discriminant. So remember, your discriminant is that b squared minus 4ac. And really, the point of the discriminant is tell you the number of solutions. Alright, so your objective is that I can use vertical motion to see if an object reached a certain height. In other words, we're going to see if there is a solution. So is it possible to always reach a desired height when you, let's just say, throw an object? And the answer is no. You can try and wish all you want, but there is a height that you can never throw a ball up to because you only have so much strength, so much velocity. So we're going to figure out whether or not objects can reach certain heights. To do that, we're going to use our vertical motion model that we used yesterday. The variables stay exactly the same. The t stands for time. S stands for starting. Height. H stands for height. And V stands for velocity. So is it possible? If something is possible, then it has, well, a solution. Which the way we tell if we have a solution is using the discriminant, the b squared minus 4ac. Remember, there's a solution if it equals a positive or 0. If it equals, so there's a solution in this case, if it equals a negative, then there is no solution. Alright, so we're going to be setting up our discriminant. So we're going to set up our formula, use our discriminant, and tell whether or not something has a solution. Alright, so you threw a baseball upwards with initial velocity of 40 feet per second. Alright, and we're going to say it started from 5 feet, because obviously you wouldn't throw a baseball from exactly the ground. So 5 is your starting height. Our velocity is 40, so we know this much already. H, we have no ending height yet. We know it's 16 t squared. We do it upwards, so it's positive 40t, and we started at 5. We need to know if it makes 16 feet. So, in for h, we're going to put 16. So I have 16 equals negative 16 t squared plus 40. I knew that it was 16 because that's my ending height, plus 5. For us to use the discriminant, it needs to equal 0. So I need a minus 16 over, which I minus it from the 5. So I get negative 16 t squared plus 40t minus 11. Alright, so then we're going to use our discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. Again, notice I'm not asking what time it hit the ground, just whether or not it did. Alright, so b squared, so I'm going to go 40 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times negative 11. And we're going to do our math, figure out what this equals. 40 squared is 1600. So 4 times 16 times 11. It's minus 704. That gives me 896. Well, it's positive, so then yes, it did. Is it possible for to reach 30 feet? So pretty much almost the same thing. Instead of 16 here, we're going to have 30. So I have negative 16 t squared plus 40t plus 5. So now we want to see if it reaches 30, so I minus 30 over. So I have 0 equals negative 16 t squared plus 40, got the t up here, t, and that one is minus 25. So plugging into my discriminant, let me do a different color. We have 40 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times negative 25. Alright, so we have 1600. It's going to be minus 1600. Well, in this case, it equals 0. Again, it's either 0 or positive, because you can take the square root of 0, so yes. This person just made it. If it was 31 feet, it would be a no. Page is coming. There we go. Alright. Mrs. Seyfried needs to throw some tape up to her husband, who's at a ladder 15 feet tall. She first threw the tape at an upward velocity of 25 feet per second. Did the tape reach her husband? Again, I need to start from a certain height. I'm a little shorter, so I'm going to say I only started from 4 feet this time. Alright, so right away, my formula, I don't have my ending, well, I know my ending height is, in this case, is 15, because that's where my husband's at. So 15 equals negative 16 t squared. My velocity in this case is plus 25, and then I started at 4. So I'm going to minus 15 over. So 0, because again we need to have it equal 0, negative 16 t squared plus 25t minus 9. Alright, so we're going to go 25 squared, plug into our discriminant, because I'm seeing whether it's possible. Alright, so 25 squared is 625. 4 times 9 times 16, 576, and yes, it is possible. Alright, so I'm going to do this next one even though the first one's yes, and the next one should be yes because I'm actually higher up, but Mrs. Seyfried tries again, and this time she's set up 3 feet on the ladder. Did the tape reach her husband? So I'm 3 feet higher, so instead of starting at 4 feet, I now start at 7 feet, which I would hope I'd make it. So now I'm at 15 equals negative 16 t squared plus 25 t. I'm 3 feet higher, so now I'm plus 7. So moving it over, minusing the 15 over, t squared plus 25t minus 8. Using my discriminant, I get 25 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times negative 8. I get 625 and 4. You know, I realize this should be 11 back here. We'll go back and fix it one, but we'll finish this one. 4 times 16 times 8 minus 5, 12, which is 113. It's positive, so yes, I made it. Alright, so we have to go back here, because I realize with all this advanced mathematics, I forgot how to subtract properly. Alright, so this should be at 11. So maybe I didn't make it. 11. So I have 4 times 16 times 11. 704, which gives me a negative. This equals negative 79. I did not make it on the first try. Nope. But I did when I moved up the ladder. Alright, so that is it for your vertical motion. Again, the big thing is it possible? I'm asking that, we're using the b squared minus 4ac. Is there a solution, is what I'm asking. You could do the quadratic formula, but if you ended up with a negative square root, obviously you would have no solution. Alright, that is it for this video.